Diaries of a Madman. By what must I do? Poster's note. I am posting this chapter in 5 parts. At the end of this video at the top right will be the next video in this chapter. End poster's note. Chapter 189. Part 1 of 5. Author's note. Some fans created a wiki here, http://www.wikiofamadman.com/main_page. Some other fans created a Discord here, https://discord.gg/fyynyfq. End author's note. Before I could ruminate on it further, someone knocked at my door. It ended up being pointless, because Doppel just immediately let herself in anyway. "Welcome back, my lady," she said. "Sup? You have visitors. What kind of visitors?" I slowly ask. "The sketchy kind. There were several others with Aurora in Atlantis. This is the rest of them. They said they want to see you and won't leave until they do." "Great. Who all is here?" Watcher left a single squad behind. "Gilda and Spike are here somewhere, I think. Taya is in her room. Spider is back in his tree. Silverquill hasn't left just yet. Brooke and Aqua are downstairs. Bring me Gilda and Spike. Take the back way. I don't want the pirates to see them yet." "As you wish." She curtsied and walked out the back door. After a second of thought, I pulled all my weapons off of me. I wouldn't be needing them, and even carrying them would be a sign of fear. Besides, I was confident that Aqua could use my body to wreck all of them if it came to that. My feathery and scaly friends didn't take too long to walk in through the back door. "Gilda, Spike, I need your help with something." "What's that?" he asked, right as she opened her beak to tell me to fuck off. "Come look really scary for me." "Who we scarin'?" Gilda asked. "A bunch of mentally scarred ex-pirates." "Hey, you finally found my kind of crowd," she said. "I'm down." "Why are we doing this?" Spike asked. "Because they're ex-pirates who are demanding to see me. I don't want them getting any ideas." "Let's do it," he immediately said. "But only if I get to slap your ass." "Me too," Gilda quickly added. I rolled my eyes, spun around, and pulled my skirt up and panties down. Spike somehow beat Gilda to the punch and slapped me right on the cheek. I moaned because I knew it would make him uncomfortable. Sure enough, he blushed and looked away. "Ha, I knew you liked it," Gilda said. "Then here you go, slut." She slapped the other cheek, then groped it a little before pulling away. "Now I'm pumped. Let's go fuck up some pirate scum." I finally put my clothes back in place and turned to them again. "We're just scaring them though, right?" Spike asked. "For now," I said. "But if they push me, they're going out the door one way or another." "Fair enough. Let's go." I nodded and stepped out into the hall. Before I could start walking, Gilda held me back and let Spike go ahead. Then she pushed me forward and followed me out. Spike looked over the balcony and just snorted steam. Gilda jumped through that steam and landed on the floor right in front of the pirate standing in front. He wasn't expecting that and jumped back. The other pirates started surging forward, right until Spike landed next to her with a heavy crunch. He just crossed his arms and stared at them, his spiky tail wagging behind him. While they were having a stare down, I began slowly walking down the stairs. I made it obvious that I was in no hurry at all. By the time I finally got to the bottom, the pirates had backed down. When they saw that I had a dragon and griffin working for me, they realized that maybe they couldn't just push me around. Once I slowly ground to a stop right in between Spike and Gilda, I quietly said, "And how may I help you gentlemen?" It took their doggy leader a few seconds to step forward. He eyed Spike for a second before saying, "We have a proposition for ye." "Oh? And what might that proposition be?" "Well, me and the boys were all sailors back in the day. You know, before? Sailors, or pirates? Well, a pirate's really just a kind of sailor, right? He said. Gildas snorted and he rubbed the back of his neck. It's been years for Mr. Us, lass. Years for us to grow old, grow out of practice. That livin's dangerous. Besides, Mr. Us only fell into it cause we was poor. I see. So, what exactly is this proposition of yours? Well, the horse princess didn't do anything with all of us after she brought us here. Made us come all the way to Canterlot to talk, then just kicked us out the front gate with nothing but the clothes on our backs. That little sissy Griffin told us you helped him out, so we was wonderin' if you might help us out, too. You don't say? You see, that Griffin friend of yours is earning his keep by working here. Now, how exactly would you help me? I'm going somewhere very dangerous soon, and could use all the fighters I can get, but you say you aren't interested in fighting anymore. Now, we didn't say that, he replied. It's just, we're out of practice and none of us are interested in being pirates anymore. So we was thinkin' we might be sailors for you. You want to be sailors? I slowly ask, craning my gaze across the whole crew slowly, looking most of them in their eyes. Finally, I looked back at their leader. If you'd have us. The only boats I have are airships. I could use crew for one of them, though. Now you see, we had a thought about that, he said with a big grin. Like I said, Mr. Us are ex-pirate. We know all kinds of pirate strongholds. I guarantee you will blend right in. Once we stake out a good ship, we'll steal it for you, then sail it however you want us to. Or, instead of doing that, you go to the pirate stronghold and then disappear with whatever gear I outfit you with, along with all the gold I give you, I said, crossing my arms. W-wah. No, that ain't, he sighed and drug a paw down his face. All right, look, lassie. That was our plan comin' in. We hatched it on your buggy airship after hearin' them go on about ye. The moment we got to your house, we was plannin' on stabbing ya in the back just as soon as we could. But ya weren't here, so we couldn't talk to ye. But as we was sittin' here waiting on ye, that cute little changeling maid of yours came out here to talk to us. The way everyone spoke about ye. It ain't like nothin' any of us have ever seen. My mama had a word for people like you. You're one of the golden ones, miss. Seein' you here in front of us like this, like a dangerous, exotic, scary bitch, just made up my mind. That kind of felt like an insult for a second before I realized he wasn't actually calling me a bitch. We wanna see where you go. Way I figure, we're all gonna drift back to sailin' anyway. It's all we got, after all. We've all been with each other for so long that we can work together well. Will you take a chance on a group of old sailors who just wanna do something good in their lives? Pretty good sob story. I rate it. Oh, about an 8 or so out of 10. Really brought a tear to my eye, Spike added. I'd say 9. Coulda used more orphans, Gildas said. 6, but only because he called you a bitch. Spike snickered. All right, look, I said, finally dropping my arms. I'm gonna tell my ship to fly you to whatever friendly port on this continent you want. Once you get off my ship, you will each be given 100 bits. If you come back to me with a boat, we'll talk about you sailing for me. You know where I live and I'll probably be here for a while. If you really want to be useful, put it somewhere in the Atlantic Ocean, not the Pacific. And if you don't come back, I'm so rich that it literally does not matter. Does that satisfy you? Little law. Ahem, my lady. My arms grasped themselves behind my back and I stood at ease. You sound like you were strangling. Little lassie is fine. I am by no means formal, nor do I expect it from an ex-pirate. I am, as you said, a very untraditional leader. So, bring me a boat if you want to work. This will be your one and only favor. If you don't want to work with me, take it and go and never contact me again. If you want to earn your keep, come back. I don't know what Doppel told you, but the last bonus I gave my crew was over 4,000 bits each. A few of them whistled. You will be well compensated if you work with me, but you will be working. I think I can learn to call you my lady without soundin' strangled, he slowly said with a grin. That let me see how disgusting his teeth were. Please don't, I said. I'm absolutely fine with being called little lassie. I don't know if I am, he said. You may be small, but ain't nothin' 'bout you little, my lady. We gonna call you lady because we want to, not because you want us to. Spike and Gilda both snickered at me. I slapped Gilda, because it was her turn to get hit for once. That just made Spike laugh even more, until she punched him. God damn it. Fucking whatever. Look, here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna send a guard squad with you to Ponyville on the changeling ship. You're gonna go to a dentist, free of charge, because Equestria is a communist paradise. Minus the horrific mental trauma they'll have when they're done. When you're all done, the airship is gonna fly you wherever you want to go. When you get where you're going, you'll be given 100 bits and you'll be sent on your way. There's a wee little problem with that, lady, the dog said. A Group A rundown, scarred up nobody's Aaron in any port town with a fortune on us would make the guards look pretty hard at us. Then I suggest you buy new clothes first. Give them a receipt, Spike said. What? I ask. You're a noble, Nav. Write a receipt for each one of them, then sign it with your seal. I can do that. Have you not been doing that? He asked, dropping his arms in shock. Nav, that's bad. Is now really the time for this? Gilda asked. Yes. You have to keep track of your money, Nav. Why? I have so much that I don't care. You don't, but Celestia probably does. You're a noble now. You can't just not pay taxes anymore. I assumed Silverquill was keeping track. He sighed in disgust and dragged one of his claws down his face. How is she supposed to keep track if you don't tell her? Or give her receipts? Because she's the fucking boss, I said. Real talk. That chick has all that shit figured out, guaranteed. I'll be sure to ask, he sighed, shaking his head in disappointment. Anyway, apparently I'll write you a receipt, I said. With that in paw, you should be good to go. I suggest clothes, a good meal, weapons, armor, and then provisions. Or if you want to just go your own way, I suggest immediately finding a tavern and blowing it on swill. I guarantee you'll make some good temporary friends that way. Oh, we'll get everything we need to steal a ship, he said with a dark grin. You look after us by sending us to doctors, I promise you, lady, we gonna get you the best pirate ship out there. His unpleasant growl at the end almost made me shiver. Seeing his teeth again didn't help. You won't regret this, lady. I kinda already do, actually. We shall see. Spike, you mind riding with them to Ponyville to show them where Colgate is? You're free to come back after that. I don't mind, he said. I've been meaning to visit anyway. I'll ride along, Gilda said. I wouldn't mind seeing Dash again and bragging about fighting through to the bunker. She's gonna be so jealous. I haven't seen any of the ship changelings today, I said. I assume they just haven't left their ship for some reason. We'll find them if not, Spike said. After they get their teeth cleaned, they can come back here and collect the money. It'll take a while to get it all together, after all. With all my vassals gone, yeah, I said. How many of you are there? Counting them really wasn't worth my time, so I hadn't bothered. 14, their apparent leader said. My name is Ollie. And I am Lady Navarone, I said. My pet dragon is Spike. His sex toy griffin is Gilda. Better not tell any purifiers, Ollie said. They'd rake him over the coals. Their order was eradicated a few months ago, I said. Pyrite rules uncontested now. Ooh, maybe that means we can find some hot dragon babes. Have fun with that, I said. I'm going to go see what I can do about obtaining that kind of money. I walked out into the sunroom before they could continue being annoying. Silver Quill was sitting with Brooke and Aqua. As soon as I got to her table, she handed me a piece of paper. This is a check for 1400 bits, she said. The bank will give them a receipt. With this kind of money, they could buy 3 or 4 ships without having to waste time stealing one from pirates of all things. That's actually a really good point. I grabbed the check and walked back to the main hall, where Gilda was keeping watch over a group of fairly nervous ex-pirates. All right, I have a check right here for 1400 bits. I also have 2 alternate proposals, both of which are considerably less retarded than trying to steal a pirate ship. We're listening, Ollie said. Proposal 1, use this money to buy a ship and use the rest of the money to fill it with your first set of goods. That way, you don't have to risk your lives dealing with some crazy motherfuckers. That, actually is a better idea, he said. Proposal 2, work on one of my airships instead. I just got a 3rd airship that has no intelligent crew yet. It's in desperate need of experienced crew. It won't be trading or sailing, but it'll be doing something extremely important for me and the pay will still be pretty good. Plus, you'll have free room and board on the ship itself. There will be basically no chance of ever seeing combat and you'll be a part of one of the largest construction projects in the history of Equestria. What is this project? Ollie asked. Harvesting resources and using them to craft magical equipment to radically supercharge the equestrian military. You would be helping keep the ship running day to day. The guy looked back to his peeps. So, who wants to try to steal a pirate boat? Nobody made a move. All right. Who wants to buy a boat? His paw and 3 others went up. Come on, really. To be honest, I'm kinda done with the ocean, one of the few ponies in the crowd said. We were all lucky to survive when we did. I don't think any pony has enough luck to survive a second shipwreck. And even if we do and end up back in Atlantis, is that really a fate that's worth it? The only cat in the group nodded. I was willing to go back to the ocean if it meant staying with the group, but I'd much rather avoid it if the option is there. An airship would be a nice change of pace. So let's make it official, I said. Who wants to work on an airship? The rest of them raised appendages, giving the airship the clear majority. I held the check up to Ollie. Go to Ponyville and get your teeth fixed. Come back to Canterlot and go to a bank. Split the money up amongst yourselves and get some new clothes, a good meal or 2, and whatever else you might want. Don't cause any trouble, don't break any laws. When you're all ready, come back here and you'll be taken to the new airship. He took it with a bow. Thank you so much, my lady. We ain't gonna let you down, I swear it. Good. End of part 1.